Hi there, my name is Cara Lee and I use she or they pronouns. You can call me Cara or Ms. Lee, whichever you feel more comfortable with. And I'm really excited to be your teacher for Math and Society. So I'm making a welcome video here and it's going to show you how to get into the class, give you an overview, and basically how to get started, okay? So first of all, I've logged into my PCC, and just in case you're new to PCC, if you're not sure how to get into your class, you can click on the computer icon in the upper right corner, or you can scroll down to Quick Links, and under PCC Sites, there's a D2L Brightspace login. And this will take you to your D2L homepage, which is where all online courses will use this. Face-to-face might vary how much they use this. So you should see all the courses you're taking, and I'm going to click on Math and Society or Math 105. If the picture looks a little different, you might be seeing this in a future term. So just know that might look a little bit different. So this is our course homepage. So there's the navigation bar up at the top. I'm going to walk you through that. And then we have on the right hand side has all of my information, my picture here. That's my email, my phone number. You can text me. I just do texting roughly business hours, 9 to 5 on weekdays. So please feel free to text me then, and I'll reply. If it's something that's outside of those times, just send me an email and I'll get back to you the next time I'm online. For student hours, you can schedule a time with me. So if you're getting stuck on something or have questions or just want to say hi, schedule a time with me. This takes you to a calendar. There's some instructions up here and the general times. I might adjust this a little here and there if I have a meeting or appointment or something like that. But, and here's the Zoom link for our actual meeting. You can click on any day that has the blue circle there. I think it's, oh, there we go. Now you can see it. Any day that has a blue circle means I have times on that day, generally Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And any one of these times that you can see, you can book, okay? There's some daytime and some Monday I do a little bit later because that's a due date, 5 to 6, okay? So please feel free to schedule that. And if you don't see a time that works for you, just email me and we can set up a different time. Okay, so that is all. There's a tutoring link also right here, and then a general forum. So if you're stuck on something and you want to post a question, you're welcome to do that as well. Okay, on the left side is, you might see an update here. And then we have announcements. So this is where you're starting and hopefully finding this video. So always check here when you get into the class and see if there's anything new going on. I usually post announcements at least once a week. So you'll want to see what's going on. And here's our welcome announcement. There's some resource links if those are helpful. And then I'm redoing, making new copies of these videos for you, okay? There's going to be one on, this first one is on the course information module, how to get started. The second one I'll walk you through weeks 1 and 2 because there's some assignments that alternate weeks, kind of different types of assignments. So we'll go through a typical week and then the typical second week. And then the last video is a MyOpenMath walkthrough. So this will help you get started, set up your account, and get into our free online homework system. Okay, so then let's go through the navigation bar. So this house up at the top will take you out to all of your classes, okay? Home will take you back to this course homepage. Then content is where we'll spend most of the time. That's where all the videos, notes, all the things that you need to do are listed there in a list. But these are some shortcuts. So if you want to get to one of the discussions quickly, you can go to discussions. If you want to upload an assignment quickly, you can go to assignments. This is MyOpenMath, which is a link to our free online homework system. That's in the other video. This is our free online textbook. I'll show you this. Oh, whoops, this is going to our old edition. So we have an updated second edition. So I'm glad I clicked on that. I will fix that. But you'll see the sections over here, they're a little bit different. Actually, this one is the same, so I'll show you. And in each of these, you'll see some videos. These are also the same as our course videos for our class. So you are welcome to watch the videos here. Just notice if it's not lining up with the notes pages, then you'll want to go back into D2L and double check what's going on. Maybe it's a different order or something like that. So you're welcome to read this textbook. You can buy a inexpensive copy if you prefer to have the paper version, but it's free online, so I encourage you to use the online version and see if that works for you. A couple things I really like about this book, and I did help write the book, is for examples, you can test yourself. So you could write down your answers to these before you click on the solutions and actually see the answer. So all the examples are like that. You can see each section has a different number, and then I'm just going to flip through to the end. So there's a lot of information. Sometimes formulas or important information will be in these boxes. Okay, at the end are exercises, and we won't be using these are more like paper exercises or exercises in a textbook. We're going to be doing ours in MyOpenMath, okay? But if you want extra practice or extra things to, as a midterm or final are coming up, you could use these, and I'll show you where to access the odd answers. So I don't have answers for the even ones. It's like a typical textbook in math where the odd answers are available to students, and the even ones could be used as quiz or test questions or things like that. So, or yeah, just non-homework without the answers. So I will show you at some point where to find the odd answer key, okay? This will look a little bit different because we'll be using Edition 2. Okay, Zoom is where you can get to our midterm and final Zoom meetings. I'll show you more about that. Grades is where you can check your assignments, your grade at any time. Class progress shows you where you are in the kind of percentages of each, looking at things in D2L. You can access the class list. You can also there's a lot of help items here. There's some D2L videos I'll show you. Student help desk is if you have a technical issue with your computer. And there's a tutoring link here as well, which is great. Send corrections or feedback. It's better just to send it to me first. This is maybe if you try to send it to an instructor but can't get a hold of them, but please send things to me first, and I'm really responsive to that. Okay, so that is overall the home page and the navigation bar. So let's go to content. Okay, and I noticed I have the wrong CRN up on the wrong CRN here, so I'll fix that. And also, you might be seeing this in a future term where it just looks a little bit different, but as long as everything policy-wise is the same, you might be seeing the same video in a future term. Okay, so content is where you find all of the course materials. And this is like, we have an overview first, and then it's like a big checklist. So the first time you log in, you'll go to this overview page, and this is just an introduction and welcome to the class. We are living in unprecedented times. Are you tired of hearing that? Kind of tired of having to keep that in here, but that is that's the truth. So this is a quote from one of my previous students, and I really appreciate what they said because it really captures my philosophy for the class. So what they said is, the biggest thing I bring with me today is that who controls the numbers has a big say in what narrative is constructed with them. Knowledge and being able to share that knowledge is power, and I'm inspired by you to seek meaning in the numbers in ways I haven't before. Okay, so they were talking a lot about the statistics content that we'll have in this class, but I think it applies too to financial math. Like I want you to be empowered and know how your taxes are being calculated, and know how to double check your mortgage payment or car loan payment and make sure they're calculating it correctly, and know how the math works in our government. So the things that we'll cover in this class are very applied, they're very applicable, and so I hope that you'll really enjoy this content. And I have one of my favorite statisticians here, a little quote from him, so he'll help welcome you to the class. So you'll only see this the first time you go into the class, unless you click up on Overview up here. Then these are all the modules on the left. And then when I click on one, it takes me to a list in the main part of the page. So it's kind of like, almost like chapters, and then there's a checklist in each chapter, okay? So you want to go through each item. Now, this Student Resources for Online Learning is general to all PCC classes. So if you've taken online classes before and you're really comfortable with D2L or D2L Brightspace, you may not need to use this, but please do feel free if you do. It's always there for you. These are links, and especially this one, scanning and uploading single multi-page PDF files. This will be really important, and I have more resources that I'll show you for that. Okay, so feel free to use that as much as you want. Then our class really starts here with Math 105 course information. This is our information module. And then, of course, in here is a checklist of items that you're going to do in the first couple days of the class, okay? These items are due by the first Wednesday, and that's really important to make sure you're on track and ready, because we also have a week of content in the first week. Okay, so let me go through each of these items and show you what they are. This will be a quick overview, and then you'll need to go through and read in more detail. And you can see by the check marks over here that some of the first items I have set to check off automatically when you go to those pages, but then the longer items I will set everything up with a little check mark box, so you can actually manually check off things as you go, and that helps remind yourself where you are and what you still need to do. So course information intro just gives you a little bit about what you're doing in this module, what the outcomes are. There's one of these for each week. What the outcomes are and what the activities are. And these activities are usually the things that are listed in D2L to do. Okay, and then you can either move forward using the arrows or backward, using the arrows at the bottom of the page or the top of the page, or you can use this link to go back to where we were. So I'll do a forward arrow a couple times to show you how that works. This is some information about me, so feel free to read, see a little bit more about my background. Feel free to read that. And then our syllabus. So this is really important, and it's always here. I don't expect you to memorize anything, but if you have a question, go back and look here first. It might be here. And then if it's not, or you have a question about it, then please do email me or text during weekdays. So equity and inclusion is really, really important to me. I really enjoy working with all of our PCC students. So I'm really excited that you're in the class. And this is my note about that, and that quote again. In our syllabus, here is our course information. Some more information about me, and some of this is repeated on the little home page on the side. The link to schedule, some tutoring information. And since you're taking an online class, please know that I'm always here. So if you have just even a very small question up to feeling totally stuck, please reach out, because even if you feel totally stuck, we can usually resolve it pretty quickly. I can at least get you moving. And if it takes a little longer, that's totally fine too. So you can set up a meeting with me, or we can do a phone call, or of course email works as well. Here are our materials required. So I already showed you the textbook. That's the free online textbook. I think I did update this link. So let me see. Yes. Okay. This is this. You want to make sure you're on the second edition one. I'll fix the other link in the navigation bar. But this is just a new picture, and it's a little updated, mostly the first chapter and the tax year. Okay. I thought I did that. So good. The second thing that's really, really important are all of our notes pages and assignment packet. So if you like to write on paper, these are all the pages you need for the entire term, okay? It is big, but you can just print it all at once and be done. Or you can buy it from the bookstore. So check the bookstore listing for this class, and you can buy it there as well, okay? So get started so you have those pages as soon as you need them. The next thing you'll need is a calculator. If you have a handheld calculator already, you're welcome to use that. If you have a graphing calculator, you can use it, but don't buy one because those are really expensive. Or you can use an online scientific calculator. So this Desmos calculator lets you do square roots and things like that. So this is a really nice calculator. It's better than a phone calculator because phones are just kind of annoying to use. It's especially if you have multiple calculations. A phone generally only does one calculation at a time. So I highly recommend this over a phone calculator, and you can use this on your midterm and final. Okay, so be good to have practice with it and be used to using it. Okay, the next thing is our free online homework system, okay? And there's a whole video on how to get set up on that, but this is where the course ID and enrollment key are. Now remember, if you're seeing this in a future term, go to our syllabus. Don't use the one from the video, okay? I'm gonna get that off the screen. Okay, so then there's just more information about the class, and what I want to take you to is the weekly pattern. So we have roughly the same pattern each week so that you know when things are due and it's really clear, and you just kind of get used to that pattern and have everything organized in your life, hopefully. Okay, so the standard weekly, well, let me go through this first. So first, basically, you're going to watch lecture videos, since it's an online class, all the lectures on video. And then you'll have the notes page, as I mentioned, to take notes on as you go. Some students don't use the paper copies, they do it electronically. So some people write on the PDFs with a tablet and a stylus, or some people type in the Word docs. Those are both options. You can also write on plain paper, that's totally fine. It's just that there are a lot of things pre-printed to save you time and writing. Like there could be graphs, there's formulas, there's the actual questions printed out, like example questions, and some of the notes just printed right on there, so you don't have to write everything down. Okay, so it's up to you. Take a look and see what you think is going to work best for you. And you're going to keep your notes organized because you will be uploading them at different times in the term. Okay. And then, okay, so the standard weekly pattern is Monday to the next Monday night, okay? You have a little extra time that next Monday in case you want to ask a question, and then I'm back at work on Monday. So Monday, you're going to start the module content. They're usually open as long as they're ready, so you can work ahead if you like. You're going to watch the videos and take notes on plain paper, the Word docs, or printed notes pages, or PDFs. Then on Thursdays, there's some weeks, roughly every other week, but not quite. If it's a discussion week, you'll have an initial post due by Thursday. Okay, so you'll need to do some of the content so you know what's going on, or sometimes a discussion is about a previous week's content. Have your initial post due by that Thursday night. And then, of course, during the week, you're going to get help on anything, tutoring, come to my office hours, anything like that, emails and forums, because everything is due that next Monday. Other than that initial post, the online homework is due the next Monday night. If there's a homework write-up, that's at the end of each chapter. So that's, again, roughly every other week, but not quite. That would be due that next Monday night. And then any replies to a discussion. So that's why you do your initial post early, because then other students are going to read those and they're going to reply. And so those would be due by that next Monday night. Okay, so that's the pattern, Monday to Monday, and we'll just keep repeating that. This just has a little bit more information about the order of each module. It's very similar to the one up above. But I love this pyramid because the weekly activities are going to take you from lecture, where people don't retain very much, generally, to, reading, practicing, discussion group, practice by doing and teaching others, and those take you to the higher retention activities. Teaching others is, you really have to learn something to teach someone else. So you have an opportunity to teach others in the My Open Math forums, and I'll show you that in that video where you can post questions, and you can also answer questions from other students. Other students can answer questions from you. Okay, if you ever get stuck or you feel frustrated or isolated, please contact me, okay? I've been there in college classes and I'm here to help you, okay? So please do email me or set up a meeting and I will help you. Okay, I'm going to go through the rest of it kind of quickly, so please just go through the whole syllabus, but there's just technology requirements, there's a lot of links, accessibility resources, appropriate use of AI is important. Okay, so you want to make sure you can use AI in ways that are helpful, but you could also use it in ways that violate the student code of conduct. For example, having it do an assignment for you. That's not a good idea. Also, it's not always correct. So you can use it to summarize topics. You can ask it questions. You can generate practice questions. But any work you submit, like your homework, your online homework, your projects, tests, any of that has to be your own writing. Okay? So if you have any question about it, just talk to me. Then the next section has a description of all the types of learning activities and graded elements. Okay, I'm not going to go through it here because I'm going to go through it in the week 1 and 2 video, but you always can refer to this and take a look at that there. Okay, our tests will be proctored online virtually on Zoom. So I'll explain a little bit more about that in this video too. Okay, so as far as late work and makeup policy, I do have a fairly flexible policy, but it's meant to be a couple days here and there, okay? I know you're balancing a lot, so you might be working, you might have family responsibilities, you might have multiple classes that you're balancing everything with. So, if everything's piling up on a certain Monday, I understand that. And you can just email me and say, hey, I'd like to turn this in by Wednesday, or, let me know what's going on. For the online homework, you have 5 late passes where you can just give yourself your own extension. So that's fantastic. If it's a written homework, that's when you want to email me. If it's a test, of course, let me know if there's a conflict or if you're sick, anything like that. Discussion posts are the most time sensitive because those are the things where other students are going to be replying to you. So I've put 2-day extensions on that. So just email me and I will extend that. And it looks like Thursday. Oh yeah, okay. So a 2-day extension is from Thursday to Saturday. A couple notes about this. So I don't have any flexibility on when the term ends. So you have to have everything done by the end of the term. And so I also have everything in the first half must be completed by the midterm. Everything in the second half must be completed by the second half of the final. Okay. So if you get too far behind, you might not be able to finish the class. So generally, it's really important to stay on track and stay up with the weekly content, okay? Otherwise, it could be tricky. Okay, and I always try to give you your feedback in a timely manner. I say within a week because sometimes things get stacked up for me too, but often it will be sooner. Okay, here's all the points for all the different items in the class, and we follow a standard grading scale. Okay. My cat is howling downstairs, so I hope you can't hear that, but she's fine. So PCC policies and deadlines. This is the next whole section of the syllabus. Equity and inclusion and non-discrimination is really, really important to me and to PCC. So if you're experiencing any harassment or microaggressions or anything like that, please let me know. You can also contact the Office of Equity and Inclusion here. Okay, but I want to make sure it's an online class, so I don't know that you would, but just in case, please reach out if you are experiencing anything like that. There are also a lot of resources at PCC, and you're paying for a lot of these in your fees, so please do use as many as you can and find useful. Basic Needs is a department that can help with food, housing, things like that, so there's their information there. I'll show you some links to some other ones as well. This is more like the policy stuff, like grading guidelines, deadlines for the term, student rights and responsibilities, academic integrity. Like I mentioned, it's really important to do your own work and have other students do their own work. Accessibility and accommodations. So if you have accommodations, I'm happy to work with you as well. Be happy to set up a meeting and discuss how I can help meet your needs. There's information on how to get started there if you would like to get started in that process. And okay, yeah, here's the link to more student life resources. So these are more the on-campus ones. We have tutoring centers, but some of that's virtual as well. So you can get the links and locations and everything. We have food pantries. Sometimes there are emergency loans, maybe more towards the beginning of the term before the money runs out. We have different resource centers based on different identities, and just a lot more at the Student Life webpage. So highly recommend that page. Okay, so that is our syllabus. So take a little more time. That was kind of a quick walkthrough. The next thing I want to show you is our course calendar. This is a really, really important page too, because it has all of our dates on it. So this weekly pattern is up at the top again. So same thing, Monday to Monday, with the only exception being Thursdays if we have a discussion post. And those are in weeks 1, 3, 5, and 8. Okay. We're going to have chapter homework write-ups on weeks 2, 4, 5, 9, and 10. Okay. And then the only exception also to that Thursday and Monday is this first Wednesday is this initial content or initial introduction module. Okay, also on here are the midterm and final times. So you have options of 2 times for each. I have a morning and an evening option for each. And these are proctored by me on Zoom. But also, if that doesn't work for you, if you want to take it in person, or you don't have a space at home or don't have a quiet space at home, then you can arrange a makeup or time conflict. You can go through our testing center, and this link takes you to their schedule, their calendar to schedule. They have both virtual and in-person makeup times, okay? So they're really great to work with. And then down below here is our calendar that goes week by week. So you're in the course information module right now, which is due by that first Wednesday. I will be contacting you if it's not done, because I do have to drop students who don't complete things, but I will reach out to you. So if you're having a barrier, then please reach out to me and let me know what's going on. So over in the left, or the first column are the dates. Second column are the activities. So this is all the informational stuff. And then the third column are all the things that are due. Some students like to print this out and use it like a checklist. So you're welcome to do that if you'd like. In this module, we're getting close to, or we're getting through the things that you're reading and watching, and then we're getting close to the things that you're going to do. You're going to fill out a proctored exams planned Google form. You're going to create your MyOpenMath account and complete the orientation. You're going to upload your student info assignment. Okay, so those are the 3 things due by the first Monday. Takes a little time to get to those, or sorry, first Wednesday. Takes a little time to get to those things though. Okay, then we have in each week, mostly here you're watching videos and taking notes, and then read the textbook sections. And then these vary a little bit between discussion and homework write-up. So week 1, we have a discussion, which is introducing yourself. And then just in the first week, you're going to upload that first week of notes so I can make sure you're on track with that. And then you'll have online homework. Okay, I'll go over this more in the week 1 and 2 video. In week 2, so we always have online homework. Instead of the discussion, you'll have a chapter write-up. So you'll be finishing chapter 1 and you'll write out some homework or type it and upload it. Okay. If there's any holidays, they'll be over here. If there's a Monday holiday, then the due dates will be on Tuesday for that week. And you can kind of see it roughly alternates between discussion and homework. And we will have a project, so there's some dates on here for that. The midterm exam has a whole week for that, so you'll be having some sample sample practice, and then take the midterm. Then the weeks go back the same, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then our final week. Okay. So that's our calendar. I'm going to go back to the list here so I can just see, we can see where we are. Okay, so we're getting into the manual check-off items. Okay, so the next thing, these are the things to do, and you can see that they have the due dates here. This is all about how our tests are going to work. So you may have taken a math class with proctoring math tests on Zoom, or it might be totally new to you. So this is all about how it's going to work. Okay, there's a Google Doc, which is a student guide to virtually proctored exams in Zoom. This is for PCC. If you prefer to read, you can read through this. It shows you all in great detail. If you prefer to watch, this is me going through that same document in a video. So either one or both. Once you go through that and see how it works, you're going to decide, okay, do I want to take my exams on Zoom? If so, great. If not, there's some alternatives, okay? Also, depending on if you have a time conflict or something like that. So if you need to schedule alternate testing days and times, first of all, if you have testing accommodations through the Office of Accessible Ed and Disability Services, you're going to schedule your test here in this AIM computer system. That will allow you to use your accommodations. If you decide either you want to take your exams on campus or you have a schedule conflict, this is our PCC Testing Center link to schedule. So you would schedule those. And then don't skip this last one. This is the most important. This takes you to a form where you're either going to say, I'm going to take my test with you, check done, or you're going to say, I'm scheduling through AIM, or I'm scheduling through the testing center, and these are the dates and times that they are. Okay? That helps me, so I just can organize everyone. I know when and where you're going to take your test. Okay? If you want to take it in person, you can choose any of our campuses. Okay, so pick the one closest to you. The other thing is with the testing center, they will send you a calendar invite that's kind of like your confirmation. Please also forward that to me so I just have that information as well. Through AIM, I get notified automatically, so you don't need to send that to me. Okay, so that's one of the things to do is fill that survey out. Go back here. Okay, the next thing is to set up your MyOpenMath account, and there's a short orientation. And that's all in another video, so I'm not going to do that here. The last thing due by Wednesday night is the student information assignment. So this just helps me get to know you better, so I can see where you're coming from, and it also gives you a chance to write about any concerns you have or if there's anything else you want to share with me. Okay, this will be private, so I will be the only one reading this, so you can write anything as much as you want to share with me. Okay, there's all the instructions are here. This one you're going to upload. If you click on this, I'm in instructor mode, so if you click on this, it should give you an upload box. Or if you want that shortcut up here, assignments will take you to all the assignments and upload folders for those. Okay, one more thing on that. This you can just type in any document. So you can do a Word doc. Yeah, here it is. Google Doc, Word doc, or convert either of those to a PDF. If you use a Mac, D2L doesn't read Pages files. So, which might be, I forget if it's their Word docs or whatever gets saved as a Pages file. So just export that to a PDF if you use a Mac, and then I'll be able to read it. Also, each module has a Q&A, so this is a place, or actually this might just be one in general, I can't remember. I'll look in a second. There's a place for asking questions, so you're welcome to post questions there. They can be posted anonymously, and I will look for those and answer them, but also other students can answer them as well. Okay, so that is almost the end. That's the end of the course information module. One more thing I want to show you in this video, well, actually two, sorry, is the pages that you need. So pages to print or buy from the bookstore. So this is one packet, and you see it's got a number here. This is the same packet that you would buy from the bookstore, but if you want to print it yourself, you can do that. And I'll just show you what it looks like. You can see it's big. It's 142 pages. So this is the cover sheet, and it's kind of like a table of contents here. So it has all the lecture notes pages, 1 through 44. There's activity pages that have practice problems. There's a midterm practice problems, and then the second half after the midterm activity pages, final practice problems, and then at the end are the homework assignment pages. So this is if you want to write on paper, okay? And I'll show you, there's a lot of stuff written on these so that you don't have to write everything down. It's like fill in the blank, or there's tables. This one has a lot more words than some of the others do, but it saves you a lot of writing. So I recommend, and then here we're going to be drawing diagrams. So I do recommend getting these if at all possible, okay? And you'll see these are the same exact pages that I'm writing on in the video, so you can write what I write. But also make it useful for you. If a different way makes more sense to you, then write that. And feel free to use highlighting and colors and whatever helps you learn, okay? Okay, so those are the notes pages. Gotta get back there. Everything is all in that one file. A couple options for this. If you don't want to buy it at the bookstore, you can use your $10 allowance. So every term you have $10 to print at the PCC computer labs. So you could use that. Also, Multnomah County libraries have free printing up to 99 pages a day. So you would need to split this into two, print 1 through 99 the first day and the rest the second day. They're all the different types of pages, so I really recommend hole punching them and putting them in a binder, a 3-ring binder, so they don't get mixed up or lost, okay? Okay. Other thing is the same pages, but Word docs. So if you prefer to type, or if you like to use a screen reader and have it read to you, you can use these, okay? And I do want to show you one thing with these Word docs. They're set up for accessibility. I want to set this up to download in a separate file. This is just a preview. It's taking a little time. see if it downloads or not. Okay, I think it usually does that automatically. But what I want to show you is, I hope this is in my viewing window. I will double check that. What I want to show you, it has to do with the spacing. So screen readers don't like spaces in between things. And so if you wanted to type on here, what you need to do is hit enter. Oh, actually, first you have to hit enable editing. And then you can hit enter and then you can type. But you'll see it's going to repeat the spacing, which might be a little bit to really big, depending on the type of question. You can always go up here to line and paragraph spacing and go into spacing options. Either do like remove space after, change it to 1.0, play around with it so you can get, so you're not like typing with like an inch between every line that you're typing, okay? I can help you with that if you want, okay? Just reach out to me. Okay, well that's a long enough video, especially for our first one. This is one of the longer ones, but that's basically how to get started in the class and everything to do by that first Wednesday. Make sure you get your pages going so that you can be ready to start taking your notes for Module 1, Week 1. And I'll show you that in the next video for what we're going to do in a regular week or our typical regular weeks. Okay, great. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.